Hi there! Ever wondered how to increase your personal value? Well, whether it's at work or in your personal relationships, understanding how to increase your personal value is key not only to tap into opportunities, but also to live a more fulfilled and happier life. In this video, we're going to talk about the steps you can take to increase your personal value. Now, if you're new to this channel, it's a wonderful place where you can learn communication skills and a few life hacks. My name is Alice and I'm a communications coach, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, personal value. And this is extremely difficult, especially when you're at work and you're trying to showcase your value to not only your boss, but in general, the company. And in a relationship, let's say you've been at it for a while with your boyfriend and girlfriend, and over time just things are going so great. How do you actually communicate that you are still valuable and sustain the relationship? So if you are new to the topic of personal value and you want to learn a little bit more about it, please hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to be talking about more videos related to personal values and fulfillment and just growth in general. So let's get started. But before we get into this topic, I just wanted to probably ask you, have you ever thought about your personal value? If somebody asked you, what are your values? I know I struggled with it. I remember thinking, well, I like respect and integrity and I appreciate honesty. But then when somebody asked me, what's your value? And I remember I was at a job interview and this was at a big company, and then I thought that they asked me what are my values, but they actually were asking like, what is your skill set? So personal values are your special attributes that make you who you are. So I remember telling the interviewer, I'm adaptable, I have great communication skills, I'm a storyteller, an educator, and then I felt really uncomfortable when I had to talk about it. And I think it's because we're not taught in school or in the workplace to understand our value. And again, I'm going to go back to the definition of personal value. I actually looked this up, and personal value refers to the core beliefs, principles, or standards that guide your behavior and decisions. They shape how you see the world, how you interact with others, and more importantly, determines what's important to you. So as I mentioned before, personal values can be integrity, communication, adaptability, honesty, and it's all of these values, and what you practice is what you preach, helps shape your understanding of the world. Now, let me give you examples. Let's say your boss offers you a promotion, including travel. Let's say you're working at a travel agency and your new title is Director of Business Development. Now, you're thinking to yourself, great, my values are travel and building businesses, connecting with others, building personal relationships. But then all of a sudden, you're asked to go on this work trip, and it cuts into your personal time with your family, personal time for self-care. And God forbid, if actually your personal value is self-care, which is number one, now you're in a conflict because you have all of these values and you're thinking, well, my number one value is self-care, and now I'm asked to travel, which does not help my self-care at all. Now you have to make this decision at work. Do you accept the promotion, which includes travel, or do you actually decline it because your personal values don't align with the responsibilities of the position? And this actually happened to one of my friends where she got this promotion. She loves her free time and her personal care. And then she said, wait a minute, I'm not going to go to the States to travel on this business trip when it interferes with my self-respect for my body, for my sleep cycles and eating. And so she actually turned down the opportunity to travel, and she's questioning her responsibilities in her new position. What does that look like? And it's really great for you to step back and think about, is this position in line with what I believe in and what I personally need to succeed in this position? And I always tell people that if you do accept a promotion, ask for the resources that you need to be able to fulfill that role. So if you're asked to travel, well, maybe you can ask for a travel budget or to stay at a hotel that has a wellness spa. You know, once you accept this position, it's really difficult to get back into your previous roles. And I always encourage people to just go into that meeting with your boss and say, these are the 3 values, this is how it aligns with the company, and this is what I need to be effective in this position. So that's something I wanted to talk about. It was really interesting. It's like when we had this discussion with my friend about her promotion, her original reaction was she was very excited about the opportunity because she also loves to travel and experience new places, but then she realized turning 40 and it's just not aligned with who I am as a person and what I value now. And specifically, it is my personal time for personal care. I recommended, why don't you take off every other week, every Friday? And she said, no, I think I want to take off every Friday because I really need to recover. Like, I'm a projector, somebody who, like, I'm a guide, so I support people and I really take on their energy. And as an empath, she takes on more energy. So she actually needs the alone time to recover because she can become more effective. And I think that in today's work-life balance questions, it's not a matter of salary and healthcare and all the other great benefits, but it's also, I see a lot of people asking what the culture of the company looks like and if their personal values align with the corporate values. So it's a really important thing to look at. And now in terms of relationships, I often communicate like what I value is personal care, independence, caring for relationships, service, financial independence, creativity. So when you're going on a date and even when you're meeting new people at a networking event, it's like one of those things when we go out for the first time, we talk about who are you, what do you do, where are you from? We talk about like, what are your hobbies? I almost wish that we could just, the first question we would ask is like, what is your personal value? But it's kind of awkward when you're going out to dinner and you're just like in a busy restaurant asking like, hey, what's your personal value? I think that people imply seeing personal value based on what the person does. So in the activities and getting to know the person, you slowly become familiar with their values. But wouldn't it be more interesting if we just ask the question of what do you personally value? Or what is your value proposition? We always talk about the company's value proposition and the products, but we never actually say, what is your personal value? Because it's kind of weird. I just wanted to say one more thing about personal values, which is super important. When you communicate from the position of knowing who you are and what you value, you come off as confident, but you also come off as someone who has their stuff together, somebody who knows their direction and what they want in life. And I think it saves a lot of heartache and confusion and miscommunication when you lead from the perspective of this is who I am and this is what I can tolerate, this is what I'm working toward, because it gives you this position of strength and that's powerful. And then I think that when you come into the room from this perspective and from this clarity, in my experience, the opportunities come to you a lot sooner. I remember I met this wonderful gentleman at a networking event and he actually asked me, what do I love? And I said, I absolutely love coaching. He asked me, what kind of coaching? And I said, I love telling stories and I like helping people tell their story and connecting with others. And he's like, oh, okay, maybe we would actually need a coach in our company. And it was like the CEO of LinkedIn. And I remember this was in Palo Alto, California, and I was on a bike ride and this happened. Like, I didn't know who this gentleman was, but he was like the CEO of LinkedIn. And it's so crazy because LinkedIn is all a platform for people and to showcase their career skills. And you never know who you're going to meet, and being ready with those 3 personal values that you feel comfortable communicating when you meet someone, and being ready with that, because it just saves a lot of time and miscommunication. So if you could take away anything from today's video, focus on understanding what your personal value is. Make sure to communicate those 3 values that you have, that you're comfortable in. And whether it's in the relationship or in the workplace, make sure that people really know what you stand for and what really makes up you. So next time when you're negotiating or up for that promotion, come from the position of your personal values. And remember, those personal values don't always have to be professional, or they don't have to be a skill. It could just be your essence, your creativity. I mean, nowadays, more and more companies are adding to the job description your creative abilities. So it could be something that's tangible and not tangible. Maybe care. Care is something that you stand for, or being adaptable. Whatever those personal values are, communicate those, because you will quickly see if you align with that person or with that opportunity or not. And it will make your life so much easier, rather than coming into that job interview and be like, yep, I got these skills. These are my technical skills. These are my personal skills, and I'm ready to do the job. Slow down, take a step back and ask yourself, does this job or person align with what I stand for. If you like this video, please comment below, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my playlists. I talk about communication and online education. So thanks for hanging out with me today. In the next episode, we're going to cover how to be happier with zero expectation. As always, do the best that you can every day.